will actually help us to prevent ourselves from committing big mistakes in the cyber world. So I have I have couple of presentations. The first presentation I'm planning to finish by maybe 35 minutes or 40, and then the remaining presentation wherein I'll be concentrating on Facebook and WhatsApp particularly. I'm not going into Instagram or Twitter at this moment. I believe Facebook and WhatsApp is the most popular at this point of time. So given the time constraint, I'll be trying to touch upon the important concepts as per the best of my knowledge. So I'll be sharing the presentation, and if there are any issues, we can always discuss it after each presentation. The session will be open for maybe a couple of minutes for any kind of question sessions. So let me start it. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So the first session, the first PPT where I have prepared basically the different concepts covering the issues that comes on our way. As I was telling that prevention is better than cure. So we should also know how to protect ourselves from different activities which are not acceptable. So starting with it is a cyberspace we can understand, but it should the knowledge or the understanding or awareness should start with the hardware level. Like we are buying a laptop, we are buying a desktop. So what should be our first aim to look into when procuring a computer? So once we are procuring a hardware, we have seen that main concentration remains on the hardware part. My laptop or my desktop should have high RAM, high processor and all these things. But few of the things that we ignore is whether the operating system is genuine. So the first and foremost thing that we should see is apart from looking into the strength of the hardware, we should also look into the genuineness of the software. So the operating system, you should always install an original operating system. You should keep your operating system up to date. In today's date, internet is not a very costly affair. So we should always keep our operating system up to date, because we should understand that operating system manufacturers on regular basis, they try to update their security patches, and they try to keep their system safe and secured from the recent vulnerabilities or recent threats that come in the cyberspace. So the first four things that are required is you should install an original operating system, keep the OS always updated, install and update your antivirus regularly. Nowadays, maximum of the OS, they are coming with an antivirus being bundled inside them. But still, if you think that your system is highly sensitive and high confidential data is being kept, so recommendation is that you should always buy an additional antivirus based on the sensitivity of your work, and you should not only install but regularly update the antivirus. So suggestion can be always keep your password strong. Now strong passwords, people say that they should be combination of uppercase, lowercase, then special characters, and then numbers. But you should understand that your passwords should never contain any information which is related to your personal life. Maybe the name of your pet, followed by a special character called @ followed by your date of birth. No, nothing should be related to your personal information, because it becomes easy for the intruders to track down and predict what will be your password. So this can be a separate chapter, how to use strong passwords. My suggestion is go to internet, spend some 10-15 minutes on YouTube or anywhere. You will get a lot of ideas about how to keep your password strong. So the 4 things about the software, and then a little bit towards the higher side, it is recommended that you should enable your firewall. You should install and use spyware removal tools. I'll come down in my slide what is spyware, and anti-spyware should be there. You should always back up your important files. You are working in the cyber world. In today's date, once we are buying a laptop or any kind of computing device, the first and foremost thing we do is we connect ourselves to internet. And once you are connecting yourself to the internet, you are under threat of losing your important files. So there should always be a backup for your important files, and enable your screensaver for your screen. Because if you are working in an organization, you are sitting in your cabin, your boss calls you for a couple of minutes, you go and your system remains unattended. So you should always enable your screensaver, which will protect you for unauthenticated entry into your system. So these are briefly the 8 steps to come to secure your computer. Now slowly and slowly we are going into the internet world. You know that in internet, in today's, we are wholly dependent on internet, be it in a place where it is a working place or a study place or a personal communication world. We are all dependent on internet. Now once the internet comes into picture, this is the best thing, and the worst thing is the best thing is we are all connected. There is no barrier, and the worst thing again is we are all connected. If any problem happens at any point of the world, it takes a very less time to be circulated throughout the whole world. So we should be very careful. Each one of us, if we can be careful, we can take precautionary measures, then we will be able to protect ourselves, as well as if you can protect individually, you will be able to protect your organization and henceforth. So what are the different threats to your computer? Viruses, very well known. Worms, these are software programs. They are installed in your, they get installed in your computer through some way or the other, and we should be very careful while installing any kind of software, any kind of uploads, downloads. We should be very careful, because through that way the virus or the worms get installed in your system. Trojans seem to be very helpful. Like they will say that once you are into a website and a pop-up menu comes that please click this, you will get a free software which will clean unwanted files from your system. So they seem to be helpful at the moment, at the beginning, but actually they are not. Back end, there are different kind of activities that can run. So the suggestion here is, do not download anything from unauthorized sites. If you are using your mobile phones, don't download anything which is outside your Play Store or which is outside your store. So you should always download it from an authenticated location, because you never know what you are downloading, what are the different programs attached to the thing that you are downloading. Spyware, like suppose what they do, once you start browsing your software, you will browsing your the internet, you will see that a different kind of ads come on your way. So how do they track that? They actually track your online activities. Yes, there are two ways to look into it. There are two kinds of people. One who help you by giving some advertisements, or which are good, they are doing it for good. Sometimes there are some people who try to track you down for their own benefits, and then try to help harm you out. So spyware, these get installed and they try to track your activities in your system. So for that, what is the solution for viruses? As I told at the beginning, antivirus you should install. So once you have antivirus, strong antivirus, you go on regularly updating them, then you can keep yourself free from viruses and trojans. Spyware, there are anti-spywares available in the market. You should download it, you should install it, and then they will not be able to track your online activities. There are some kind of modes like private mode, incognito mode. So you can also select those modes wherein the trackings are a little bit less, and your browsing histories are not being saved. So these are few solutions to the same. Online personal safety, identity theft. Your identity gets copied, and this identity will be used for some unwanted activity. Phishing. What is phishing mail? They will trick you to reveal your web informations in the websites, like your name, your PAN card number. A mail will be coming. Suppose it will be saying that I'm calling from income tax department. This is a mail regarding your updation of PAN card or something like that, and then they trick you to give your personal information. So never do this. Hoax mail says these are criminals who trick you to give away some money. They will say that an assignment, a consignment has been received at Delhi customs. You need to pay $5,000 to get it released from customs, and they give a link. You go on paying it, and finally you see that you don't have any such kind of consignments coming out. So these are the things. Spam, unwanted emails or messages that flood in your inbox. We should be sure that we select them, we put them into spam folder, we delete them, so that these kind of mails from those particular email IDs are not regularly disturbing you and flooding your inbox. Because in the process, what will happen if your inbox is flooded with unwanted emails? Suddenly you may miss out an important job opportunity or an admission information or an important information from somebody. Risks are also associated with emails and chat forums. Normally, the attachments which come through the emails, they have some viruses attached. Sometimes some fake emails come on your way. They say that you have got an opportunity from Godrej or Wipro or TCS. So in that case, we should always see from where the mail has come down. If somebody is telling that he or she is from Godrej or Wipro or TCS, you should see what is the email ID. Now, if you go a little bit into an advanced thing, you can also look into the header of the email. So there are some process, you can click it, you can copy it, and you can put it, and you can see exactly from where your email has been sent. So whenever any such kind of offers are coming, you should always be sure. Suppose somebody is telling you that you have got an opportunity at Nelit, and I am so and so, so I'm sending you a mail, and a Nelit logo is embedded into the mail. But you see that if I'm from Nelit, then my email ID should have some extension of maybe @nelit.gov.in or nelit.nic.in, something like that. And if it comes down like niladridas niladrinelit@gmail.com, then you should understand that the extension name is not from Nelit, or it looks like it's a Gmail ID or Yahoo ID or Hotmail. So you should verify it before committing any kind of association. Online fraud, so many things are happening. Lottery mails are coming. As I told, they lure you with some kind of promises, and at the end it comes out to be a false one. Online harassment, this is an example way back in 2011, but it still happens in today's date. Like a recent update we have seen, I have also seen my daughter playing this Roblox, and I have seen that there is a chat box also into this Roblox. So there is a threat I have found, because I don't know with whom she is chatting. Roblox can be used by an adult also. So what kind of communications? So as you have become old enough now, my suggestion is you should not be engaged with chatting activities with unknown people. And also you see that your younger brothers, sisters, they are not a victim to the same. So you should have a continuous surveillance on your juniors. those who will take a little bit of more time to become adult. Now they are too young. They should be checked and controlled. Spam, as I told, unnecessary mails coming on. See this email ID, info@100money.in. If you look into the extension after @ you can very easily predict that this is not coming down from a maybe from a good organization. So what are the tips? Never click on the links which are received from unknown users. Once, if you are really tempted to look into it, you cross-check the target, because there may be some pages exactly looking like SBI, but they are not the pages from SBI. They are just designed to look like the page of SBI, online SBI, and you give your username and password and you lose your money. Don't download attachments directly received from mails. First of all, you scan them and then you look into their extensions. See if their extensions are .exe. These are executable files. You should never double click them, and because they will install some unnecessary programs for you. So what we have explained in last 20 minutes is we were trying to look into, once we buy a hardware, what is the next thing that we should be doing. So to revise it down, the first few things that you should be doing is you should be looking into the original operating system, antivirus, strong password, firewall. These are the things. Then the next thing that you should understand is whatever the activities you do in online, there are some security threats which are attached to them, and the most dangerous threats have been discussed. A few of them, like viruses will be downloaded, phishing mails will be coming, lottery mails will be coming, some spams will be downloading. So now the next thing that we will be concentrating is, as you know, browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Safari, or maybe if you are using in your mobile, it will be like Opera, Firefox. So these are the softwares through which you actually get connected to the internet. So if that platform is secured, you can say remain assured a lot that your activities are secured. So first of all, the system, we have secured it because we have procured a good operating system, antivirus, firewall protection, password protection. The next thing is, once we are into the browser, we should also understand that the browser also needs updation. So always regularly update your browser for your latest security patches. There are some privacy or security settings in your virus. The time frame is too less today to explain in details. I'm just trying to impress on the important concepts, wherein once you finish this session, maybe after 5 days, you can also invest a little bit more, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes on each of the topics. This is a request to all of you. Like browser security, you just go to YouTube, see some suggestions. How can you keep your browser secure? So there are some privacy systems. There are some content filtering softwares. There is something called safe search on. So all these methods, if you follow, you will be assured that you are going in a right ethical way to this cyber world. Next thing is email security. We will be discussing a little bit on email, and then we'll be going into the social media. So as we told, as I am telling you for last 5-10 minutes, use a strong password even for email. Okay. Now remember one thing. Once you are not using a system which belongs to you, and you are not sure how safe and secured the system of your friends is, suggestion will be, don't indulge in important activities using somebody else's system. Even though you are using, you go into the private mode or incognito mode, and after you complete your operation, you try to log out safely. You see that your username and password is not getting saved in the browser. These kind of precautions and safety measures you have to look into. Otherwise, it will be a dangerous situation for you, wherein you will lose your important information, and maybe you will financially found yourself being a loser at the end of the day. So if you are using somebody else's system, you should be sure that you log in properly, you don't save your password, and you log out properly, delete the history of your browsing. Okay. So email security, strong password, anti-spyware software is available. Always scan the email, and always remember to empty the spam folder. Fine. The next thing, online shopping. So once we do online shopping, I have some tips for you what you do during your online shopping. But the last thing, that is using your credit card or debit card, we always try to do it over internet, not even in online shopping. In today's date, payment of university fees, payment of electricity bills, payment of your phone bills, everywhere you are using your credit card or debit card, or maybe the online banking over the internet. So few tips here too for you. You should always use secure websites for transactions. You know that Amazon, Flipkart, I'm not trying to advertise anybody, please don't take me that way. You know that there are some well-known sites where regularly people are doing financial transactions. Suggestion will be to look into the website where you are doing the transaction. Now, we don't have any formula to find out which website is good, which website is bad, but we have some basic security concepts that we can look into. So I will minimize this PPT for 30 seconds, and then I'll be going to my browser. I'll be opening online SBN, and I'll be showing you a couple of security tips. Sir, this screen is visible, sir?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So here I have opened onlinesbi.com. So once I'm typing onlinesbi.com, this page comes on my way. Now you should understand that designing this page is not a very big task. Given any web developer, this page can be designed exactly look-alike of this page can be designed within a couple of days. So what is the first thing that you should ensure, particularly when financial transactions are attached to your browsing? You should go into this address bar. This is called address bar. And you see there is a lock symbol. I hope I'm visible. This is visible. So there is a lock symbol. So once you go, take your mouse there and click it, you can see that a pop-up menu comes, and it is a certificate. So once you go to show certificate, you can actually see that this has been, this certificate is from DigiCert Globe. Yes, you can have a faith on it. You can see the details. Yes, see, this is onlinesbi.com. It is not something else. This belongs to State Bank of India, and yes, this is not valid after Monday, 24th January 2022. So you should be looking into, you should spend some 10 seconds to look into this certificate. If you are convinced enough by looking into this certificate that yes, it belongs to Government of India, State Bank of Government Organization, State Bank of India, then only you indulge in financial transactions. This is first point. Second point is you go to login, and then the login page comes on your way. You click to login. So what you do here, once you use your physical keyboard, try to understand that once you use your physical keyboard, there are some ways of tracking down your passwords with the physical strokes that you make. So when you use such kind of websites, suggestion is you enable your virtual keyboard. See, I'm enabling my virtual keyboard. So once you click here, this virtual keyboard comes on your way. Now
So screen
use
is
this virtual keyboard. My screen is not visible.
So it's visible, but what you are showing right now, it's not visible. It's the last page.
Okay, now I've zoomed in. What I'm trying to do is I am going to this username password. So normally what we do, we type it with our physical keyboard. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So you try to give it with your physical keyboard. I'm typing it with my physical keyboard. I'm sure it's not visible to you. So Niladri Das, like that I type it. Okay. So instead of doing it, what the suggestion is, there will be always a virtual keyboard somewhere in the screen. It differs from bank to bank. So you enable, see, I have to click here. Enable virtual keyboard. See, there are tips given to you. OTP based login is in, okay. You give enable virtual keyboard, and then you go here, type with your mouse, and I like that. See, it is coming. So if I do it, there are two things that I can save myself from. One is there are some processes to track down the keyboard strokes that you make. And particularly once you are not using your own device, you are using somebody else's device, then you never know whether there are some softwares who are tracking down your password. Okay, so suppose I do it with virtual keyboard, Niladri, like this, and then something DAS, and then I go to password. Suppose I give NI. So once I give it with my virtual keyboard, there are less opportunities that your password strokes will be saved somewhere. Physical strokes will be saved somewhere. So this is the second thing that you should follow once you are using any financial transactions. And the third thing is, once you have logged in, you should not forget to log out immediately once you have completed your financial transactions. Okay. So back to my screen of PPT. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the tips that you should keep handy is, you should be always using a secured website. You should look into the lock image. Okay, one more thing, HTTPS. You should always see that the URL that you are using, the website that you are using, www.onlinesga.com, HTTPS is coming before that. S means secure. You should use the virtual keyboard. You should know from where you should do the financial transactions, like whether you should shop from Amazon, or whether you should shop from Flipkart, or whether you should shop from any other website. That should be your general knowledge. Collect it information from your friends around, get it from the website, that whether this particular website you should go for shopping or not. Don't forget to log off. These are few tricks. Okay, job offers. Once you are getting your job offers through emails, you should always verify it. The email origin, you should always directly try to contact with the company or the organization personally, and ensure that the opportunity that has been given, that is correct. Preventive measures in cyberspace, you should be very careful that you are not giving out your personal details. See, one information I will tell you, one suggestion. You go to a mall or somewhere gathering, some people come and they ask you to fill up some private information, like, sir, your name, your wife's name, your date of birth, your anniversary dates, something like that. What is the idea behind it? What they do, they will say that I'm collecting this information for some lottery. At the end of the day, there will be some lottery. Don't give away any kind of personal information. And I personally strongly oppose one more information. Like, once we are going to Big Bazaar or some other places, they start asking your phone number, right? So as a citizen, this is high time that we object them and we don't give our contact numbers to them. Why should I give a contact number to you? I have come as a consumer. I want to buy something from you. I don't want to give my contact number to you. You are getting my name. You are getting my contact number. What is the requirement for the same? Now they will say, sir, because this is our company strategy to collect phone numbers. In that, I normally object and I say that what is your strategy? You are actually creating your database and you will be disturbing me by giving some messages, some calls. This is one way. Second way is try to understand there are so many people standing in queue and in around me. I don't want to give my personal phone number to everybody. Okay, one more way to look into it. I'm a man. I don't bother giving a phone number of, or if my phone number gets circulated to the whole world. But as a lady, somebody may not love sharing her phone number with everybody, right? So this is high time that we go to malls, we go to shopping places, we say that no, I'm not going to give my phone numbers and email IDs. If you have to sell, you sell it with my name. If you want to see my identity, okay, I am carrying an identity, check it. I can give my name. Yes, it is there. In every cash memo, there should be some name to whom they are selling. But why they should not be collecting my personal informations. It is not at all mandatory. So guys, please remember, this is high time that we start objecting as consumers. Then only these organizations will stop asking private informations from us. Okay. Second thing is, what is the problem if I share my date of birth or email ID from now? Try to understand. I'm just considering a fact that today in our this workshop we have a student who is standing at an age of 21 or 22 years. Down the line, he has got a very bright career, and down the line, he will be joining a good organization in a good position. And 20 years, 30 years down the line, he will be working with the organization, have a good savings in his or her account, and at an age of 60 or 65 years, he or she will be retiring. Now, if I target that person in today's date, I start collecting all the information from him or her, it is very obvious that within 20 years or 25 years, I will be able to crack down everything about that particular person. And once that particular person goes into retirement and all this money comes into his bank account, I will be taking only one moment to take out all his or her money from the bank. So if I follow a guy for 20, 30 years and slowly that guy gives away all information about his or her, then he or she may end up not right now, maybe down the line, he or she will be ending up with a big mess of his or her life. So start sharing your personal information to anybody. Online scams, as you know, we are all, maximum of us here are college students. We know that banks will never ask your personal credentials over phone or email or any kind of WhatsApp. Don't give it to them. Don't click on the links received through mails from unknown senders. Never believe in fake coupons. Always check the authenticity of the website before placing any order. Beware of lottery scams. Don't indulge yourselves in backdoor entries for jobs. Never believe in emails asking to deposit money for a job offer. Be aware of spoofed interviews. Just think that you have won a lottery with a participation, without your participation, or you have just got a job without applying for the same, or you have got an opportunity in a big university without actually pushing an application, then that means there is something fishy behind it. So try to understand, once you commit such kind of mistakes, you go to court, you go anywhere, they will say one simple information, one simple thing. You have given your OTP, you have given your credentials. So what they can do, they will not be able to save yourself much. Security tips for online shopping, again starting from the basics. You see, you should always keep your OS updated. You check the security aspect of the website that you are going for shopping. Don't save your payment details. We have a thing that we always save the details, so that next time we try to do the shopping, we need not to again enter the credit card details or debit card details. Don't save your personal payment details. Don't click on offers with discounts and prices. Okay. While doing online shopping, you always compare your product's price with other websites. If you find that it is very highly discounted, suppose you are going for a watch which you know that this particular brand will not be able to sell it less than, suppose you are going for a Apple Watch 30,000. Somebody is promising you within 10,000. It cannot happen. So you should be always able to use your general understanding to look into the discounts. Change your passwords frequently. Suggestion is every 3 months you should be changing your password. Yes, changing your password should not be, suppose my password is niladri@123. Next month, sir has told to change it every 3 months. So next 3 months it becomes niladri@1234. And after 3 months it becomes niladri@12345. This should not be there. You should change your passwords frequently with some radical changes. One. Secondly, don't use a single password for all your activities, for emails, for financial accounts, for your PAN cards, for your admission, for your college MIS. Everything should not have the same password. Different passwords for different websites. You should be aware of phishing mails. As I told, there will be some mails coming on where they'll be luring you out to give your personal details. Avoid saving your card details. These are basic things. These PPTs will be available with university. I'll be giving a PDF or format of the same. If our participants are willing to look into it, they can always ask for, or otherwise these are easily available in Information Security Education Awareness website of Ministry of Electronics and IT. So you can go there, download a booklet of 50 pages or 60 pages, nicely given. You can go through it at any point of time. What are the different attacks on social engineering and how to avoid them? As I have told, be cautious about emails, instant messages, and phone calls from strangers. Delete or ignore any request for financial information and password. Don't give it to them. Different password for different accounts. Check the spelling of the URL. It should be HTTPS. It should be there. S should be there. Don't get tempted in accessing devices which have been left unattended for quite some time. Don't always use updated antivirus. That's all. These are different things which you have already discussed. So it was a target of 35 minutes to finish the first PPT. It's almost 42 minutes. I'll be taking 2 more minutes to finish it. Oh, it's already over. So now let me go to the next slide. I hope I'm audible and this PPT is again visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Join to sir. Okay, thank you. So till now, what we have been discussing,
Sir, yes, sir.
to brush up in 1 minute, sir. Okay. We have looked into how we should be sure that we are using a perfect device. Second thing, we should be sure that we are using a perfect web browser. Third thing, we should be sure that logging into the websites, we are logging into the original websites and we are not logging into duplicate websites. Fourth thing, we understood that we should be using the virtual keyboard as far as possible. Fifth thing, we understood that we should not be playing around with our passwords. We should be very, very sincere about remembering our password, setting our password, changing our passwords. Sixth thing, we have understood that while doing online shopping, we should be taking care of few important things like which website we are buying from, it is redirecting to which page, the items that we are procuring, whether they are in reasonable rates, and finally, we have also seen at the beginning how to keep ourselves safe while transacting with emails. Now, social media. In today's date, social media, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, so many ways of doing the same. But I have taken out today some security tips which is actually prepared under IACA program, Facebook security and WhatsApp security. So Participants, it has been 45 minutes, I can understand. After lunch, you may be feeling sleepy, but give me another 10 or 12 minutes time. I request all of you to look into this Facebook security and WhatsApp security, because I am sure 100% of us who are in this platform at this moment, we are using Facebook and WhatsApp, if not Instagram and Twitter. So let us look into the some security tips we should genuinely be using. Before that, I have some personal suggestions to all our students here. Facebook is your face into the cyber world. So whatever activities you are doing in this social networking, particularly in Facebook and Twitter, you should be very, very careful. Why? You may think that I'm just a student at this moment. You don't know down the line you will become a big person of a big organization. Whether that organization is a government organization, private organization, religiously attached organization, or politically supported organization. So whatever you do today, it gets recorded. So the suggestion is you should be sensitive enough while uploading anything in the social networking, while circulating anything, while liking anything, while disliking anything, while commenting anything. In today's date, I'm telling you, I have few friends of mine who are working in organizations where they are sitting in good positions in HR. In previous days, HR interview used to have 45 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. In today's date, it has been squeezed down to a little bit of amount, because first, before the candidate goes for the HR interview, the HR does a background summary of the candidate by going into the Facebook page or the Twitter page of that particular person as far as possible. By looking into the activities of yours, starting from your college days till the day you are appearing before the HR for the interview, the HR will be getting a concrete idea about your behavioral things, whether you fit for the organization. So in such kind of observations, they make a decision not only by talking to you, but by going through your social networking activities, that whether you are too much inclined towards religion, you are towards inclined towards casteism, you are towards inclined towards a nation, or you are towards inclined towards such some kind of social understandings. Okay, based on this, they try to take. Sometimes you may have some 5 years back or 7 years back, you may have disliked or liked a particular circulation. Based on that, they will be concluding down, and that conclusion may go against you also. Sometimes it may go for you or it may go against you. So whatever you do in your social networking, you should be cautious enough. So this is a 1 minute personal suggestion from my side. Second thing, how to keep yourself safe in Facebook. Facebook is actually sharing your information with third parties. Ads may contain malware. Your real friends unknowingly may become a vulnerability for you. How? Maybe you have seen for last 1 year and so, there are some informations or some messages coming. Suppose if I am in Facebook, I have a friend called A. Suddenly at night 11 o'clock, I'm getting a message from my friend's account that, boss, I'm stuck badly in a very bad situation. I have lost my mobile. I'm unable to call you up. I'm only having an internet connectivity wherein I could log into my messenger. I need $5,000. And this is the account number where you should pass on, because my life is under threat. At this moment, what you do? You become emotional, you become sensitive, and you send $5,000 into that particular account. Actually, it is not your friend A, it is some intruder who has hacked into your friend's account and trying to take away money from you. So your real friends also become unknowingly dangerous from you. Scammers are creating fake profiles. They are trying to circulate or incline you towards unnecessary things. Facebook has also is also sharing your information to advertisers. It's a big network. Once you have a big network of 5,000, 500 or 1,000 friends, a study in 2008. This is a study in 2008. We are standing in 2021. So you can understand 2008, there is a study which says that 40% of Facebook profiles are actually fake. Now, how to secure? First thing, very fast I will be going, but important things I'll be pushing on. I have got, I think, 9 more minutes, and out of that, 4 minutes I'll be finishing off Facebook, and 5 minutes, 3 minutes I'll be finishing off WhatsApp. So the first thing, strong password for authentication. There is also one more system that if your Facebook is logging into a new device, there should be a two-way authentication and enroll it, enable it. There should be always a two-way authentication for your system. Don't share your password with anybody. If you think that someone has got it, you should change it. Okay, while using or pushing your password in any kind of system, remember one thing, guys. The whole country or the whole world is getting covered under CCTV surveillance in today's date. Suppose you are sitting in one corner of a mall, you are never sure that there is a CCTV camera on top of your head. So whenever you are punching your password, you should be always ensured that there is nobody who is looking at your keystrokes or your passwords. Always forget to log out. Suppose you are using your system, your phone, and you are logged in with your app. You have used your Facebook. Normally what we do, we close the mobile and we come out. But Facebook, WhatsApp, everything is installed and they are in open mode. So the thing is, use password, second level of password for opening your Facebook or WhatsApp. And once you are done for quite some time and you have used it in a desktop and then again you will go back to your mobile, don't forget to log out. And particularly once you are using somebody else's system to do the same. You know how to log out. I should not be telling you the same. Okay, login alerts. There is something on login alert. You should enable it so you understand from where your system has been logged in. There are some more settings that you should go. How you want to get your alert through your Facebook, email or text, that also you can check in the notification section. If you got a notification about a login which is not you, you should immediately log in, see the activity log, check it, and immediately change your password. Sometimes you go into a website which exactly looks like a Facebook. I told you some time back, you should check the authenticity of that particular address where you can see the lock symbol, whether it actually belongs to Facebook or not, and then log in. Phishing, already covered. Yes. Facebook offers a privacy. Go to the privacy settings. Who can see your posts? Who can share your posts? Who can see your profile? Who can not see your profile? All these things can be controlled. I'm not going into details how to control them. Participants, I'm requesting you to invest some more time into it. Due to shortage of time, I'll not be able to tell in detail, but I'm punching in your mind. Please remember these options are there. You have to learn more. If you are using Facebook and WhatsApp, you should invest some more time in understanding how to keep yourself secured into the platform. Otherwise, suddenly you will be in big trouble. I'm telling you. And in today's date, it has become very sensitive. You have gone through different news which are coming on the way. a mobile phone has been stolen, the Facebook page has been compromised, and unnecessary comments about maybe a politician or a high profile person has been done through his or her account, and the original person is unaware of the fact. Now who is under trouble? The person whose account this is. So you should be careful. This is not a children's play to be in Facebook and do anything whatever you want. There are more settings: general settings, security settings, timeline and tagging settings, blocking, notifications, followers, privacy settings. Guys, you should go into each and every study, see what is written. If you can do it, you will be able to keep yourself secured. Otherwise, I'm telling you, 50% of us are under some kind of problem every time we log in, because we are keeping our doors open for the threats from outside. In general settings, you can check, you can see who can see your information. I have seen somebody keeping their mobile phone number in Facebook, and anybody can log into their not log in, anybody can go into their account and see what is the phone number. No, you should not be doing it. These are different security settings. Who can see your stuff, who cannot, who can contact you, who can look you up, timeline, who can post in your timeline. How do you manage your tags? Somebody tagged you into one thing. Suppose your friend has got a different religious or political sentiments, and he or she has tagged you in a very controversial comment, and this is flashing now in your profile. So that will go against you, against your wish. So you should always be keeping that into mind, that anybody should not be able to tag me. First of all, you review it and then you post it. Blocking, you can block. There are some options whom you want to block. Privacy settings are there. Strict filtering is there. You have uploaded an album, it can be restricted only to a group of people, not to the outside world. You have you have circulated something in the Facebook, it can be circulated, restricted only to a fewer group of people. That can also be done. So another 2 minutes, I'll be looking into WhatsApp security. Yes, the most important thing at this moment, what is happening is we are using WhatsApp, and any kind of communications we are trying to do over WhatsApp. Try to understand that whatever you are sending on WhatsApp, it can be compromised and others can see or view your documents. Okay. So we should be sure what kind of files, what kind of videos, what kind of images we are passing through WhatsApp. Few things which can be stopped during group chats. Don't join every group. Don't create massive group. Don't include unknown person. Don't send unnecessary content. WhatsApp security steps 8. Lock your WhatsApp. As I told, lock your WhatsApp. Use a second level of authentication. Never share OTP received from WhatsApp. Hide your last seen timestamp. Restrict access to profile picture. Watch out for scams. If you have lost your phone, please deactivate. Be very careful when you talk over your WhatsApp. Whenever you are using WhatsApp web in a browser, don't forget to log out of the same. Hide your last seen. Restrict access to your profile picture. Everybody should not be able to see your profile picture. Why? Suppose randomly I got a number. I want to know who this person is. Suppose you got my number. Now you want to know who this person is. So what you do? You save my number, go to WhatsApp and search with this name, unknown. And if I have not enabled that my profile picture should be visible only to my contacts, immediately you can relate the person with the contact number. So this is also a security issue, privacy issue. Always use WhatsApp end-to-end encryption. Otherwise, intruders can decrypt your message and he or she can read it if something has been installed in the middle. WhatsApp web, it is the most popular thing in today's date. Whenever you use it, don't forget to log out. WhatsApp clone. Once you are opening your WhatsApp in a friend's phone, you should always log out of the same. Multiple numbers can also be used in WhatsApp. So this is briefly what I could manage uh, within the given frame of time, and I can understand university also wants to give 1.5 hours, but keeping few of the things into consideration, that it may go boring, it may go beyond the time. 5 days we have time. If any more discussions are required on extra times, I, on behalf of Nelit, I'm ready to add on more time. I have got one more session day after tomorrow. During that time also we can discuss, if now the forum is open for any questions from the audience.
Audience, any question?
Sir, how can I
Sir-
identify one website is secure or not?
Okay, there are 2-3 ways to identify. First of all, you should be getting the information from your friends or around that this is the website which actually you want to go, and you should get the actual spelling of the same. This is the first thing. Second thing, you go into the browser, you type the website name, and you should see that if it is particularly, if it is a financial transaction kind of things that you are trying to do, then you should go into the lock symbol that I have shown. Just before the name, there should be a lock symbol, and HTTPS. If it is S, that means it is much more secure. So these are the two ways. Once you go into the lock symbol, there will be something called show certificate. You go to show certificate, then you can see that this certificate belongs to the organization with whom actually you want to visit. If you want to visit Nelit Agartala, then you should see that this certificate belongs to Nelit. Okay, this is the way you can remain ensured that you are actually visiting the perfect website which you want to visit.
Sir, many a times if
Yes,
we
please.
fill forms, then it shows that it is a safety option, or it comes you need to go to advanced site. So what should we do?
I'm not getting, while filling up the forms, what happens? Advance.
So it shows like you are exiting safety mode, and there comes advanced mode option, so that
In browsers, in browsers there are some safety modes and private modes. So if you use it, maximum of the things don't get recorded, like your browsing history, your passwords will not be saved. So it is better to use such kind of mode.
so no, not that thing.
Then
So, like when we open a web page, it comes like this page can't be opened due to security reasons,
okay,
and
I
you
got it.
will.
I got it. There are some pages which this browser thinks that this is not a page which you will be trusting with. Because try to understand. Suppose I'll give an example. Nelit Agartala has designed a page which is not known to too many people, or maybe even the Google Chrome does not know that this is a widely used site. Okay, so what they will say, according to them, they have some kind of parameters to identify that this may be a site which you should not trust. So in that case, you go to advanced option and click that yes, I really want to go this site because I know it. These will be rare cases when maybe somebody tells you, नहीं बॉस ये वेबसाइट करेक्ट है, तुम जाओ, इसको बोलेगा कि ये ट्रस्टेड नहीं, लेकिन उसमें जाओ, इसको करो. तो ऐसा होता है कभी कभी. सो इन दैट केस यू शुड बी केयरफुल. जिसने आपको बताया वो एग्जैक्टली अपने वही वेबसाइट का नाम वहां पे लिखा है. आई थिंक आई एम क्लियर नाउ, विनीता. Vinita, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions?
Sir,
Yeah.
so like if we have means if we have accounts in Instagram or Facebook and we have deleted that account, then also the things or infos are safe or what?
Your audio is not your
So
audio
if
is
we
not clear. Okay, let me repeat the question. You tell me whether it is correct. You mean to say that you have deleted a Facebook account, whether it still exists or not, right?
so the info of our account still is with them, or if we delete our account, then everything is
Yes,
deleted.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are using Facebook. You are using Google account. What do you think? These are all available with them. They are private partners. Like I'll tell you, in our organization, we are not allowed to pass on any information without our government ID. Even if we send it through Gmail, it is not acceptable because they are private bodies. They have different rules, regulations. They have control of everything. Whatever the private message you send, whatever the things you do, everything they have. One thing is in WhatsApp, they say that it is end-to-end encryption. We don't see whatever you send. It is all encrypted from your end to your sender's end. So we don't see in the middle. But I don't know how to believe them. So once you have deleted a Facebook account, uh, I'm sure it remains in their database for some amount of time.
Okay, sir.
One more thing, it just struck in my mind. I'll take a little bit, 15 seconds. In Facebook, in social media, normally what we do, we share everything. We go to a coffee shop with a friend. We are going for an examination. You got admitted somewhere, or you lost an important person in your life. You are going on a vacation. So, suggestion is, please don't upload all personal information about your life. Let me give you a small example. I have my old parents at home. Me, my wife, and my daughter. Suppose we are planning. We have a plan, maybe in August end, to go to Leh, Ladakh, or some kind of trip. Now, what I do? I leave my old parents at home. I go to Agartala airport. I'm hopeful that 15th August, maybe on 15th August, our new airport will be open. तो एक सेल्फी लगा दिया और नीचे टैगलाइन लगा दिया, hashtag new airport @Goa. What it means? The whole world comes to know that you are going. And nowadays, what happens? We become more happy in uploading our travel itineraries in Facebook rather than enjoying it. At the end of the day, what we do, we keep our home where our old parents are there, and we are actually directly inviting the miscreants that चलो आ जाओ, मेरे मम्मी पापा अकेले घर में हैं, आज मेरा फर्स्ट फ्लोर खाली है, अगले 15 दिन के लिए आओ, चोरी करो. So these things you should understand. You do it, you have to do it. You cannot restrict it. कोई बोलेगा कहाँ ले लद्दाख गया था, देखा ही नहीं, फोटो भेज. You return back from vacation, post couple of photos. हाँ गए थे भाई, memories, ठीक है. But don't indulge in everything. Suppose you are partying with your friend in a coffee shop. So I know that you are not at home, and I know that you have old parents at home, or you are staying in a rented house, and I know that your room is empty at this moment. So that means you are inviting the miscreants to do damage to you. So social media, as I told at the beginning, you should be sensitive enough what you are updating, because it gets tracked. It should not happen in old age. In previous days ऐसे होता था कि ये जो कौवा होता है ना, कौवा जब साबुन चोरी करके ले जाता था, तब वो आंख बंद करके वो जो घर में गांव में नीचे कहीं पे छुपा देता था. तो वो आंख क्यों बंद करता था? उसको लगता था कि मैं आंख बंद कर दिया तो कोई नहीं देखा. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. आपने 1 सेकंड के लिए भी फेसबुक में कुछ अपलोड किया, 1 सेकंड के बाद उसको डिलीट कर दिया, इट गेट्स recorded, everybody can see. So this is one part. Second thing is, what is the necessity of uploading every information about our personal life to the Facebook? We should not be, because there are security threats attached to it. You have a family, you have a friend circle attached to it. Okay, any more questions?
सर कभी कभी मतलब सर फेसबुक या सर पे कभी कभी मतलब छोटे छोटे गेम्स के ऐड आते हैं, मतलब वहाँ पे अगर तुम लॉग इन किए तो छोटे छोटे गेम्स खेल सकते हो सर। वो गेम्स सर मतलब उस मतलब वेबसाइट पे अगर मैंने एंटर किया तो सर वेरिफिकेशन के लिए पूछता है, तो अगर फोन नंबर से वेरीफाई कर दिया तो सर मेरा सवाल ये है, मैंने जब वहाँ पे लॉग इन किया, गेम्स खेला, उसके बाद एग्जिट कर दिया सर, मेरा डेटा उसके पास है, बट सर ये जो जब मैंने मतलब बैक कर दिया सर, मेरा मतलब लॉगिन ईमेल वहां से बैक मतलब क्लोज हो गया, लॉग आउट हो गया या फिर रह गया वहां पे। और दूसरी बात सर, ये छोटे छोटे गेम्स सर क्या सेफ होते हैं या नहीं?
सर देखिए, छोटे छोटे गेम जो है अभी सेफ है कि नहीं है ये बोलना बहुत मुश्किल है, ठीक है। आई हैव अ फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन हु इज वर्किंग फॉर अ बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एंड रिसेंटली I got to know that he has developed some, we used to know that he was very matlab very much inclined towards this gaming and all these things. So it seems he has also designed a couple of games and he is earning through advertisements. So I should say that whenever you click on some kind of links, you be sure that nothing is getting downloaded in your system. If it is getting downloaded in your system, that means it may happen that virus is attached to the same. Second thing, if it is asking for your login credentials, why? If I want to play a game, okay, max to max, what you can do, you can have a separate email ID for this kind of activities, which is not linked to your financial transactions, or maybe it is not personally and professionally that much important, that email ID. So you can give that email ID, get the link, activate and play and come back. If somebody is asking you the phone number, why should you be? Try to understand, they are collecting all phone numbers, all email IDs, all information from you. If you want to play, you download it from your Google Store or Apple Store and play it. That is my suggestion. I cannot exactly at this moment tell you that yes, this is good, this is not good. You should have some kind of general understandings also. But the thing is, don't allow anything to be downloaded. Give as much less information as you can to the unknown people. Clear, Debabrata?
Sir,
Yeah.
Okay sir.
so like in Google, when we use in our PC or laptop, in Google we keep signed in. So should we sign in or sign out?
No. See, there is a new trend, like we have a login for browser also, right? So what do? You log in into the browser, and all your activities remain stored. And while shutting it down, you forget to, or while sending it into sleep mode or standby mode, you forget to log out from the browser. The first point is, if you're logging into the browser, you should log out of the browser and saved in information you try to avoid as much as possible. Yes, I can understand that it becomes very convenient if we are using the same system, logging into different IDs. अरे रोज सुबह आना है, खोलना है, लॉगिन करना है, टाइम लगता है, ठीक है। तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, चलो सेव करके रख देते हैं, बट नेवर डू इट. Try to avoid it as much as possible, because if
So
the
should
system is compromised, yeah.
so should we save our password, as it comes option as auto save password?
I will suggest no. I will
Okay, sir.
suggest no. Because let me show you one thing. Let me show you, Shonivar sir, if I have permission to continue for another 2-3 minutes.
Yes, sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you. So let me show you something. Okay, see in my, okay, this is the device from where I am taking this presentation. It's an MacBook. So let me go here, Safari, preferences, Okay, this system which I am using, this is a touch ID, so I'm not typing here, I'm just giving my touch ID. See, you can see all my things are saved here. Okay, so you click here, you can see any of my IDs, passwords. So actually what I'm trying to say here is it remains saved. Yes, I have done it. My suggestion is you people don't do, and I have not saved my important IDs. I have saved maybe मेरा जो लोकल नेलिट का MIS है, AICT में हम लोगों का एक प्रोफाइल है, उसको बाकी जगह पे मैंने सेव नहीं किया. So my suggestion is take a pain, a little bit of pain. If you keep this, if you take this pain every time typing your password and username and password, then you will be more safe. Any more questions? One more thing. 15,000 में मोबाइल खरीद लिया, अभी ऑफर आया 2 साल के बाद कि पुराना मोबाइल एक्सचेंज और नया मोबाइल ले लो. पुराने मोबाइल एक्सचेंज में आपको 3,000 मिल रहा है, 2,000 मिल रहा है. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी इजी टू कन्विंस द पेरेंट्स कि पापा 15,000 में आपने लास्ट टू लास्ट बर्थडे एक मोबाइल दिया था हमको, इस बर्थडे हमको नया मोबाइल चाहिए, अभी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस भी चल रहे हैं, तो अभी एक ऑफर आ रहा है, 15,000 का मोबाइल है, मेरा पुराना मोबाइल मैं दे दूंगा तो मुझे 3,000 मिल जाएगा. नेवर एवर डू इट. What is the reason behind it? This is also related to something called cyber crime. Why? Try to remember one thing. In our computer world, there is nothing called delete. Suppose आपके पास डेटा रहता है, NIELIT, कहीं पे लिखा है, मैंने डिलीट कर दिया, वो मेमोरी से डिलीट नहीं होता है. जब मैं उसके ऊपर लिखता हूं AGT, तो फर्स्ट 3 कैरेक्टर्स बिकम ओवर रिटन. We have a setup at Nelit. We can show you. You give me any device, I will find out. It will take 1 day time for me. I will punch it into the software. That software costs around 25 lakhs. I have a device, the best device, which costs around 17,000 one CPU. Sorry, 17 lakhs one CPU. I will connect it. I have an investment of 40 lakhs from government. This is a cyber forensic lab. I will connect your mobile, and I will get back so many of your old photos, documents, everything. So why they are collecting and paying you? Because as far as e-waste management policy of government of India is concerned, every manufacturer has to collect back some electronic device from the market and recycle them. But you never know if you are selling it back to by an exchange to Amazon, what Amazon is doing. अगर उनमें से कोई चोरी करके किसी डिवाइस उठा के लेके गया और साइबर फोरेंसिक से सॉफ्टवेयर में डाल दिया और सारे रिट्रीव कर लिया, तो आप उसको फैक्ट्री रीसेट कर दो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. यू डू इट फैक्ट्री रीसेट. आई प्रॉमिस यू, given 3 days time, I will find out at least 25% of the deleted files from your system. So suggestion is, while procuring a system, you are investing some money, hard-earned money of your parents or yours. Save the device for maximum use of time. Whenever you want to dispose it, totally dispose it, but don't exchange it. Keep it in your hand, and one day, if possible, you take out the memory card and then you do. Internal memory card आप कहाँ से ढूंढ के लाएंगे? अच्छा, ये जो होता है ना एक्सटर्नल मेमोरी कार्ड, नेवर यूज इट. आपका मोबाइल चोरी हो गया, किसी के नॉर्मल किसी के पास चला गया, तो वो क्या करेगा? रीसेट करके वो यूज करना शुरू कर देगा. लेकिन इंटरनल मेमोरी क्या होगा? इंटरनल मेमोरी डिलीट हो जाएगा. डिलीट, वो साइबर फोरेंसिक लैब में नहीं जाएगा सपोज, बट स्टिल वो आपका मोबाइल यूज करेगा. लेकिन उसमें अगर एक्सटर्नल मेमोरी कार्ड रहेगा तब क्या होगा? ये तो डिलीट नहीं होगा फैक्ट्री रीसेट में. ये तो आपका जितने भी फोटोज है, जितने भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, सब वो यूज करेगा. ठीक है? सो दीज आर फ्यू थिंग्स इन दिस साइबर वर्ल्ड. वी शुड बी मोर केयरफुल because the social media concept has come into picture, and social media has become our original life. सुबह उठते ही मोबाइल ले लो, रात को सोते ही मोबाइल ले लो, all your activities are there. So all of you should understand we should be very, 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 very careful while indulging any activities in the social world. Any more questions? I'm happy so many questions are coming thanks to you. That means lunch के बाद भी ठीक ठाक सबने सुना है, maybe.
They have loved your session, I guess.
Yes. And sir, I propose next day जब word processing और उसका होगा, मुझे और 15-20 मिनट टाइम दे दीजिए, मैं इसमें और थोड़ा डिस्कस करूंगा.
Sure, no problem.
इनके पास अगर जो भी क्वेरीज है उस दिन हम लोग बैठ के ऐसे ही थोड़ा 15 मिनट, लास्ट 15 मिनट ऐसे बैठ के थोड़ा गपशप करते हैं, उनसे भी सुनते हैं, हम भी सुनाते हैं सर.
That session is also before lunch, so no problem. We can take a lunch, say half an hour late, no problem with that.
हाँ. And I will try to wrap up that special we have seen sir, word processing और Excel का brief तो वो लोग सीख लेंगे. हम लोग, मैं कनिष्को को लूंगा तो he will try to give some special concepts on word and Excel. ज्यादा नहीं, 10-15 उनको tips देंगे. उसके बाद जितना टाइम मिलेगा, if the participants are interested, then we can discuss half an hour again on maybe cyber crime, cyber